Hi guys, I'm Maya and I'm here on behalf of the South Haven Center for the Arts. Today we are going to be making Papel Picado, which means perforated or punched paper, like a hole punch for paper. The Papel Picado is used for various celebrations and they are very vibrant in color. These are some behind me that I have made. They will be hung throughout, not mine, but in tradition, they would be hung throughout the streets of Mexico for Dia de los Muertos festival, or Day of the Dead, which is a day for honoring our ancestors who have passed away. Maybe while you're making your Papel Picado today, you would like to remember a grandparent or a beloved pet. Papel Picado is considered Mexican folk art. They are flags or banners that display images to represent different things. Mine do not have symbols in them because it is quite difficult to make symbols such as the common symbols that are in traditional Papel Picado: birds, flowers, nature, which mine do look a bit floral like nature, and also skeletons are in many traditional Papel Picados. They might have a dancing skeletons or a sugar skull on it. At the South Haven Center for the Arts, at the moment, we are focused on Frida Kahlo and different aspects of her life and her art pieces. I feel that these Papel Picado representations are a very good theme. Or a very good addition to the Frida Kahlo theme because they're cultural for Mexico. They look very floral. They are very symbolistic, as much of the surreal art is, and Frida Kahlo was a surrealist artist. And they're very colorful, and in surrealist art, colors have a lot of meanings, and the meanings of Papel Picado's colors, the Papel Picados also have color meanings. Different colors mean different things, and that would be similar to much of the surrealist art that is made by Frida Kahlo and other artists. Color plays a large part in symbols. Today, for our Papel Picado DIY, you will need, for your materials, you'll need some paper. You could use construction paper. You can use, I'm going to use this colored wax paper because it is the only paper that I have at the moment that is colorful, and I wanted it to be colorful. But construction paper, I'm sure many of you have that, or a piece of computer paper, just a white piece of paper. I have a white one here and there. The one over here I had colored on. I think that's a great idea. If you would like to use just white paper, you could color on it. I used the side of a crayon and took off the paper of the crayon and found a textured surface to rub the side of the crayon onto a paper on a textured surface to create an etching. And that could be very interesting if that is something that you are into. A textured surface could be a tile, a sidewalk, the floor, any hard textured surface. But try not to draw on the surface so that you don't have to clean it up later or your parents are not mad at me. You're going to need scissors for materials to cut out shapes from your Papel Picado, and you may want some string and tape if you want to hang it up. In tradition, they're strung together like you see here in a banner formation. You could use any type of marker or colored pencil or crayon or watercolor, which you'd have to let dry, but yes, whatever kind of material you would want to decorate the paper that you're going to use for your Papel Picado. Alright, but not very many materials. They are minimal, so anybody could make these. For these Papel Picados, I'm going to be making them a bit different from tradition, because traditionally it is a punched paper, so the image is just punched in there in one fell swoop, and it would be somewhat difficult to cut out the traditional shapes because you cannot go only from the edges of the paper. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but I will teach you a simple way to make it a beautiful design very easily. The ones that I'm going to be making will have a somewhat symmetrical round design, which I quite enjoy because we're going to be folding the paper. It is very easy to achieve a design that you're going to be happy with because of the way that we're going to fold it. So the first thing that you're going to do is take your beautiful piece of paper and take one corner of your rectangle. Let's say that this is a piece of computer paper, or construction paper is normally very rectangular as well. So first we're going to be needing to make our rectangle into a square by folding it like so. Gotta line it up all nice, and I need to push it onto the floor so I can make a nice even crease. Alright, now you will have this shape, and we are going to take our scissors and cut off this rectangular excess piece. All right. We have this triangle now, beautiful little triangle. All right. And we are going to fold this paper again, this way. Alright, one more fold this way. This will be our third time folding this paper. Alright. Now I have this nice little triangle, and you are going to hold it so that this open part, like this, is more facing the top, and this pointy bottom that is not open, it's going to face down, and you're going to fold it like so that the fold is going straight through the small unopened corner angle at the bottom, and you'll be left with a small triangle at the top, that is the goal. You want that small triangle, even though it looks a bit odd. Okay, this is what it looks like now. And now that you have this shape, you are ready to start cutting. You are going to take your scissors, and you're going to want to cut it so that the shapes do not go all the way across. If you cut all the way across the triangle like this, it will be in two then, and you will have a smaller Papel Picado shape, and it will be in two. So you don't really want to do that unless that is what you want to do. I am going to first take a little diagonal cut on the tip, diagonal like so, so that there will be a little star in the middle of my design, because I think that that looks really nice. You can cut out any shapes you want now in your Papel Picado design. It could be circles, squares, triangles, just abstract designs. The way to make a nice looking design would be to cut your shapes so that there is a small amount of paper in between every shape, and think about it as if you are cutting it out like puzzle pieces. You want them to kind of line up with each other and look nice together as a unit, all of your little shapes. Alright, I'm ready to start cutting my Papel Picado. I'm just going to start, I'm going to start with a square, I think. Be careful with your scissors. Always have scissor safety. I also have this nice bowl where I'm going to be putting my shapes of paper that I'm cutting out so they aren't all over my floor, because it's nice to clean up as you're doing something, then you don't have to do it later, right? Okay. Don't want to mess this one up. I'm being careful. I find that triangles are definitely the easiest shape to make, but I like abstract shapes. It always adds a bit of interest when it's an odd shape. And I really, really like my mother's Papel Picado that she made, because it looks very Aztec. It looks a bit more cultural because of the shapes that she used. She cut out triangles on the sides so that it has a nice border, and hers really looks like a flower design to me, and it looks very nice. I like it better than mine. Good job, Mother. If you're making this at home with me, I wonder who you're making it with. Are your parents helping you? Are you doing it by yourself? I'm so interested in those things. I'm not sure that I will ever know, but I hope your parents would like to do it with you. It could be a fun activity, but if not, then I am doing it with you. We're just cutting out shapes, and see how they're fitting together nicely, my shapes, so that there's a small amount of paper here, but yes, they are fitting together somewhat like puzzle pieces would. A nice rounded shape, perhaps. A little bit tricky, but it's okay. Okay. It's always so fun to open them. That's definitely the best part, is opening it up, seeing what it's gonna look like. Are you happy with it? Are you gonna make a ton more because you're unhappy with it, or just because it was fun? I think that they are extremely fun to make, but the cutting and folding could be a bit tedious, I suppose. But it's relaxing. It's relaxing. Mine always look like Christmas trees. Alright, and also, this little triangle that we have down here, you're also going to want to cut shapes into him because he's part of your design. You want it to have shapes in it. Even though there is less paper there, still gonna cut into it just like normal. And also, you know, like big shapes can be very interesting sometimes, you know? Just a big old rectangle. Oh, I gotta cut it a little more. Running through my design, you know, can be very interesting. Alright. Still cutting. Alright, little triangle here. Cut off these ends. You can cut however you would like to. This is your design. It's your paper choice. It's your design choice. If you wanted to cut off this tiny triangle at the top that has less paper, then you can just cut it off as well, and it will make your design more circular in shape, and it, instead of the square shape that I'm getting here, it'll be a circle. If that interests you. I'm almost done. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm done. Right. This is what it looks like as I am finished cutting. It's coming apart a bit there. Okay. And now I'm going to open it. It's always the most fun part. It's gonna be a good one. I like my orange paper. It was a good color choice. Good color choice, Maya. As you're opening it, you might want to do it on the floor and be pressing down where you folded it so that it will lay flat and be straight, so it can hang up all nice. If you would like to, you may even want to lay something flat on top of it so that it will flatten out nice and easy. And that is what I'm going to do right now. Flatten, flatten. Okay. This is my final look. this one looks pretty good to me. I really like this one. I do. I really enjoy it. I'll hang it up with my others and it will look beautiful. Alright. I had a lot of fun making this little DIY. I hope that kids of all ages will watch it and enjoy it. If you want to make more, I definitely encourage that. They look great as a little group with multiple colors. That is the traditional look, is to be very colorful. You could hang them up with a piece of string and tape. You could put them in the window with some tape. That looks really nice with the sun shining through them. I'm probably going to make some more designs, and I would like to show you what those look like after I'm done with that. And I hope that you had a lot of fun doing this craft project with me, and sorry if you were just watching me cut. You know, that was most of the video, is just cutting out these shapes. So I hope that you can make a design that you're really happy with and want to hang up. I hope that it's fun, a little fun summer craft project that you can do. And maybe you could research on some other Frida Kahlo aspects. There's a lot going on at the South Haven Art Center for Frida Kahlo, but she's an amazing female surrealist Mexican artist and is definitely worth the search. I hope that you had a lot of fun and that you can, if you are allowed to, be able to post your own Papel Picado versions with me on Facebook or on the South Haven Art Center page. I would love to see all of your designs and what you come up with. Maybe you'll create some crazy design I would never have thought of. So, share them with me. I would love to see. I'm Maya from the South Haven Center for the Arts, and I hope you had fun doing this Papel Picado DIY with me.